how are you balancing like AI and all of that good tech stuff with the more human-centric side of culture and people?
It's a really good question. So I think, yes, there will be changes in the workforce, but I still think you're going to need to bring teams of people together. They're probably going to be slightly smaller teams than you have now. But, in a world where everybody can now be a really high-level generalist because all the knowledge in the world is not only accessible as it has been for a long time, but eminently sortable and searchable and all that kind of thing. The real power comes in bringing specialist knowledge together, which currently, people are the best at doing. Now, again, these things will move on, but I don't think we're going to see no companies in the future. We're going to see smaller companies. And in smaller companies, actually, culture is even more important because bringing the right people together, getting them aligned around the right things has such a huge impact. If you've got 100,000 people and 10 people are not on the same page, it doesn't really matter as long as the other 999,990 are on the same page, right? Or even if 1,000 people are not on the same page, it's not the end of the world. If you've got a group of 20 people and 3 of them are not on the same page, that's a real issue, right? Because it's such a big proportion of your company. So I think there will be more companies because we're being enabled to execute on more ideas, more problems. They will be smaller, but that actually increases the importance of high-performance culture. So in terms of how we're balancing those things, I think culture is really driven by the relationships between people. We're not going to replace that, and technology won't replace that. What we're trying to do is enable people to get more out of those relationships. So to enable them to be better managers, better leaders, to create a culture in which people can do their best work, to not have to spend their time thinking about, well, how do we put the right performance management process in place, to just put a performance management process in place that's right for those people. Because a lot of what we do when we're running businesses is repeatable if we learn from other businesses. And so that's what it is. It's getting the tools, the knowledge, the frameworks at the fingertips of the people who are trying to create culture so that they can focus on the relationships internally, the relationships with customers, the relationships with other people that really drive businesses.